So we just go up, I guess. Well, let's see Adam's amazing view and Eve's amazing assets. As in ass sets. Like there's many of them. Well, that was a bit abrupt.
Wow. What a view.
Imagine if that was still on the release of Stellar Blade, by the way, when Adam says that, when the camera is still panning on Eve's ass there at the start. I don't know why I remember it being like that. I didn't even play back then, but I remember seeing somebody else play through that moment.
Buildings, well-manicured flora, and living people.
That's it? You have no imagination. Then again, I guess you've never been here before. Imagine bustling streets, crystal clean air, and people smiling everywhere you look.
That is noticeably more brighter than on the normal HDR of the game.
Before, Adam?
Holy crap.
Yes. A long time ago.
It makes you think. When you have modded HDR, that truly goes to your, you know, nit amount. Anyway. I didn't think I was gonna pick up anything from what Adam was gonna say there anyway, so...
Eve, are you ready to leave?
I just wanted to imagine what you were telling me. It's hard to imagine. Let's go.
That... I mean, it is something, but... What do you mean, Eve? What did that add to the discussion?
Nice. Now use them on the panel.
Or not. I'm not gonna bother. I think I've jumped there before. Nothing. Now there is that level on this building, but there's auto death also, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And we're back on the other level. There is this guy's memory stick that is always a bit interesting every time. Naytibas know no fear. Isn't a fear a sort of consciousness of the self? Does that mean they're not alive? Where did the naytibas come from? Why are they attacking humans? It seems as if they're carrying out orders engraved into their instincts. I already kind of teased the idea of if the naytibas are survivors or if they are predators. Like, which one are they more, you know? Then again, if you have a carnivore, aren't they also trying to survive if they, you know, hunt for prey so that they can actually just eat food and not die, or eat meat, you know? So if you have somebody who is a carnivore, are they just labeled a predator just because of what they eat necessarily, or is that because of what their nature is, you know? Because if we go by that, then, you know, something like a hippo, for example, you know? Hippopotamus, like in the savannas of Africa, you know? Like, those guys are incredibly, like, aggressive, territorial, of course, as well, and they can also attack many things and also beat many other animals with their massive size and, you know, their extremely, like, wide maws and strong bite forces and all that, you know? But they are not carnivores, to my understanding. I think they might be able to eat meat, but they typically don't, so... You know? Can we classify something like that has a nature akin to something like a pack predator even, at times, to somebody who is a predator? Or do we need to, like, catalog them differently, or categorize them differently because they are, you know, they seem to have the instincts of a behavior of a predator, but they aren't a carnivore, you know? So the naytibas in here, I mean, would they be considered predators, or would they just be like survivors, like territorial, like like pack animals, kind of, and they eat meat just because they need to survive because of it, or do they like, you know, do they have their nature dictating like what they eat, you know, or how they behave rather than their survival instinct dictating, you know, them needing to eat, and because of that they eat meat, or they happen to just eat meat instead of like, you know, being herbivores, eating plants. So the one is the question of, you know, are they actually like ill-mannered or malicious in nature, I guess, or, you know, are they actually like, you know, evil, I guess we can call it somewhat, because they eat other living things, you know. Well, living, moving things. Plants also are living, you know, so if you go by that definition, it becomes even more blurry, yeah. But yeah, what is the other side of this discussion anyway? So if the predator side that wants to hunt the animals is down to the, you know, nefarious nature of the being, then what is the other side of it exactly, you know? I mean, they are just territorial, but they just have a lot of, like, what's the word, they have a lot of, okay, how have I forgotten this word? Asen. What is that in English? Fucking... I love how when I just blank for words like this, that I would literally remember any other day, any other moment. Attitude, that's what I was looking for. Crazy. It's like they have this like very feisty, like aggressive attitude, but they are not like predators, you know? I mean, would that just be an would it just be like a extremely like self-aware, like maybe like a pack animal kind of like hunter-gatherer type of thing, you know? You kind of have this like solidarity within like a certain group or a pack of the same animal type. And that like solidarity there and the sense of like community is what, you
Another
know,
piece of mankind's legacy
drives
lost.
their behavior to be what it is, you know? It's not that the nature of the animal itself, like if you have the animal like grown in like, say captivity, for example, would the same animal that behaves in the same way, known in the wild, would they also behave in, you know, according to their normal instincts that the animal is known for, if they are actually living inside captivity their entire lives, you know? Apart from, you know, their own kin, for example. Would they still inhabit like the same kinds of like stereotypes, I guess we can call them, for the same animal that they are, you know? And I think, I mean, we can already see like some answers to that question, but like, you know, spitballing here some ideas. I think these are probably correct.
Let's go to where you placed the structure.
But yeah, all of this circles back to like what is Adam's intention, you know? Because we know that Raphael Marx and Raffi, the Human Liberation Front, like computers like administrator, Raffi, that Raphael Marx is mostly controlling. Like we know, actually I should probably take this. Interesting, okay. So we already know that Raffi adheres to Raphael Marx in damn near everything. Like he's basically just serving Raphael Marx. In fact, he was probably created by Raphael Marx. Roughly like anywhere around the same time or a bit after creation of Mother Sphere. Or maybe even like at the time when Mother Sphere decided to become, why did I just jump here again? When Mother Sphere started to become a lot more homicidal, or homicidal, is it? Homicidal towards like the organic humans, you know? So, you know, Raphael Marx obviously wanted the intent to be that, you know, naytibas are strong enough that they are obviously able to survive also, but did he also intend them to be strong enough to be able to thrive? Because during his like ending monologue of the game also, like he says like very clearly that, you know, we naytibas were not strong enough yet to accept your kind. Like this is literally a direct quote from him. So that kind of refers to some other ideologies that he used to have possibly,
We'll find the
where
alpha
he
as
gives
soon
a
as we
hint
get through
that
this place.
he believes himself that the naytibas were supposed to be of certain strength in order to match the Androidos members, of course. Probably in many different fields as well, but probably not in intelligence, we can say that much. But if that is the case, then did he intend the naytibas to actually know that they are, you know, predators, or did he just install, or did he just like intend them to have like a survival instinct? Is that like the main thing that he was after, or was he actually after just like a certain like behavior that he was, you know, driving towards? Did he want them intentionally to be like inhospitable creatures towards all other life, you know? Skipping out. Booty cheeks time. So much shine. It's like the 2B suite also in this game. Except instead of being on the nano suite, it is actually just... Oh wow, that's bright also. It is literally actually just on the skin. Somebody just oiled Eve's ass up for some reason.